Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. So the president of the Nigerian Academy of Science, Professor Ekanem Ikpi-Braid, has to be excused now because she has some other pressing engagements. To be honest, it's been an honor to have her here with us. For several reasons. One, it's been a while since we had the NAS president physically present at our opening ceremony. You know? And that's usually due to no fault of theirs. They are usually very busy. So out of her busy schedule, she has made time out to be here with us today. Plus, this is a momentous occasion because she happens to be the very first female president in the history of the Nigerian Academy of Science. So in recognition of her consistent role in supporting the Nigerian Young Academy, on behalf of the entire membership and the Executive Council of the NYA, I hereby present this plaque of honor to Professor Braid. May I invite the Vice President of the Nigerian Academy of Science to step forward, please. Ladies and gentlemen, please give him a round of applause. I understand that he's still going to be with us here. Fortunately for us, the President is not taking him along as he's leaving. But we will do this together. Dr. Ngomanga, where is he? The immediate past president of the Nigerian Young Academy will present this award on behalf of the NYA to Professor Sambo.
Prof, we present this plaque to you in appreciation of your immense contribution towards the growth and development of the Nigerian Young Academy. Thank you very much.
Dr. Awal, the chairman of the 2021 Annual Conference and General Assembly of the Nigerian Young Academy, please step forward. As I invite the Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Academy of Science, Dr. Ngadoyin Odubanjo, to join me on the stage. Please put your hands together as Dr. Odubanjo steps forward. Yes.
Thank you so much. Sir, on behalf of the Executive Council of the Academy and the entire membership of the Academy, I present you this plaque in appreciation of your immense contribution to the Academy. Thank you, sir.
Sir, please, we would like to take the group photograph now before the final departure to attend to other things of the President of Nigerian Academy of Science, Professor Ekanem Braid, FAS. So please join us to file out so that we can have a group photograph for this morning event. And afterwards, we'll just return and we'll wrap up with the remaining part. Oh, okay, down here, please. Down here, please. Let's come to the podium and quickly have that. It's for Professor Friday Okonofua, National Young Scientist Prize in Health Sciences. And the winner is Kale Oluwafemi Ezekiel. The next prize is that of Professor Olurotimi Taiwo, National Young Scientist Prize in Linguistics. The recipient is Fakayode Omotayo Ibukun. Please put your hands together for Fakayode Omotayo Ibukun as she steps forward to receive her prize. As mentioned earlier, please note that these awardees, the inductees, and okay. Next, we have the Professor Kayode Adebowale National Young Scientist Prize in Chemical Sciences. The winner is Ibeji Collins Ugochukwu. Please note that in a short while we'll play videos of the citation of the recipients of these awards and also those of our inductees. So please stay put, hold on, and then we'll see those videos. Next, the Professor Kayode Adebowale National Young Scientist Prize for Women in Chemical Sciences. And the winner is Ibeto Cynthia Nkolika. Please put your hands together for and I respectfully call on the Vice President, Professor Abubakar Sani Sambo, FAS, to help make this presentation to Dr. Ibeto. Afterwards, we'll take a group photograph with our dignitaries and the recipients of our awards. Oh, she's receiving on behalf of Dr. Ibeto Nkolika. Hold on, sir. You still help us with a couple more. Yes. Next is Professor Aderemi Kuku, NYA. Okay, the last one is for Professor Hilary Iyang, National Young Scientist Prize in Geo-Environmental Sciences. And this is the first edition of this. And the winner is Chukuma Emmanuel Chibundo. Please put your hands together for him. So please kindly step on the podium for a group photograph of the awardees and our dignitaries. Afterwards, we take a group photograph of everyone outside the hall so we can make use of the space. All right, please can we have the inductees come to the podium? If you've been inducted today, please come to the podium and let's have you take a group photograph with our dignitaries, please. Yes, recipients of awards can leave. Let's have the inductees join the
Are we to hold our certificates?
While we were having all other programs, we received the person of Mr. Abdul Karim O. Aliu Development, and he is the official representative of the DG and CEO of the Energy Commission of Nigeria. You're welcome into our midst. Welcome, sir. We need this ambience. Let's try. Let's try first. I just think it will be nice with the backdrop and all the aesthetics behind. Maoga. All right, attention please. All awardees, kindly see the president at the registration desk now. All awardees, see the NYA president at the registration desk now. This is very important. All awardees, you need to meet with the NYA president now at the registration desk, just outside the hall.
Thank you, please. Now, there's a piece of announcement here. Those who will be presenting at this conference, maybe you have a paper, you have a poster, and you've not given them your registration, your email address. Your attention is needed at the registration point so that you can get the e-copy of your presentation. Please, some order, please. Distinguished colleagues, please let's come back to our seats. The next item on our program for this afternoon is the video presentations of the profiles of our inductees, and I'll be calling them one after the other. Dr. Enagboma, can you please step forward? Dr. Enagboma. Thank you. Dr. Ben Enagboma has worked as a, can we please maintain some silence in the house, please? Dr. Ben Enagboma has worked as a university lecturer for the past 7 years at the University of Benin, UniBen, Benin City, Nigeria. He obtained his BSc in zoology and MSc in environmental quality management, both from UniBen, and PhD in science biology, Northwest University, South Africa. Silence, please. Before joining the University of Benin, he worked as a fisheries officer at the Edo State Ministry of Agriculture and Natural Resources, Benin City, Nigeria. He has attended a couple of short courses, including the Kodata RDA Research Data Science Advanced Workshop on bioinformatics in ICT, Tritis, Italy, 20th GI, Microbial Genomics and Metagenomics Workshop, Walnut Creek, California, USA, School of Research Data Science, Kigali, Rwanda, as well as Data Carpentry Workshop, Nespurit, South Africa. He is a recipient of scholarship awards, including the NRF Tours Doctoral Scholarship Award and ICTP Travel Grants. He has authored and co-authored over 15 peer-reviewed research articles published in reputable journals registered in Science Citation Index with over 90 citations and H-index of 5 in Google Scholar Citations. He has also attended and participated in a number of scientific conferences, including the most recent one, where he presented a paper on one of his doctoral research breakthrough at the 4th Tunian Symposium on Soil Metagenomics, held at Germany. His research proficiency lies within the areas of soil metagenomics, microbial ecology, influence, and ecotoxicology. I present to you Dr. Ben Enagboma. Can we have his profile, please?
Studio, please. Profile of Dr. Ben.
Hello, my name is Ben Enagboma, an academic staff of the University of Benin, Edo State, Nigeria. I obtained my PhD in 2020 from the Northwest University in Science Biology. This PhD was duly funded by the NRF Tours. During the course of my PhD study, I had some trainings from some institutes around the world, notably the Joint Junior Institute in California, USA. I also have another training on bioinformatics from the International Center of Theoretical Physics, Trieste in Italy. Before, I also had another training on research data management from the University of Rwanda.
Is that all? Okay, thank you, Dr. Ben Enagboma. Please, a round of applause for him. Was that all? No, there should be more as regards his research focus. Abi? Nothing more. Okay, a round of applause for our inductee. Okay. The next on the agenda is Dr. Gabriel Oluwabumi Anyawo. His profile, please. Please, can you encourage our inductees by giving them a round of applause? Dr. Gabriel Oluwabumi Anyawo. His profile. Studio, are we ready? Okay. Name, Dr. Gabriel Oluwabumi Anyawo, as presented.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to share with you. I am Dr. Gabriel Anyawo, a full-time lecturer at Biochemistry Department, Bingham University, Cairo, Nigeria. I was awarded PhD in biochemistry, specifically nutrition and food chemistry, by the University of Benin, Benin City, Nigeria, in May 2017. During my PhD pursuit, I was awarded a Sandwich Postgraduate Fellowship by the World Academy of Sciences, Tuas, Italy, and Comsat University, Islamabad, Pakistan, which provided funding for my PhD bench work in 2015. From my PhD research, I have published 6 articles in Scopus Index journals, with 2 of those articles in Journal of Ethnopharmacology, which has 4.63 impact factor. I successfully isolated and structurally elucidated 2 compounds from the plant Anthochlester vogeli. They were sueroside and a norothallic acid ester, which had alpha-glucosidase and pancreatic lipase inhibitory activities, and could be a potent anti-diabetic and anti-obesity drug if explored by the pharmaceutical industry. I have presented my research work in international conferences in Karachi, Pakistan, and Aberdeen, Scotland, United Kingdom. I am also a beneficiary of the Bingham University Vice Chancellor's Research Grant in 2019, targeted at providing medicinal plant solution to diabetes. While at Comsat University, I acquired research experience in enzyme inhibition studies, molecular biology studies, using fat cell lines, isolation, characterization, and structural elucidation of the pure compounds from medicinal plants using spectroscopic techniques like nuclear magnetic resonance, NMR. My current research work centers on nutrition, particularly understanding obesity as a medical condition, discovering anti-obesity agents from natural products, and elucidating their mechanism of action using well-designed biochemical and molecular biology studies. My future work will be an expansion of my current research interest, that is, studying the biochemical and physiological effects of natural products on obesity-linked health problems, such as diabetes, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, dyslipidemia, cardiovascular diseases, etc. Generally, my dream is to proffer alternative solutions to the problems of obesity and diabetes. Thank you.
Round of applause for Dr. Gabriel Oluwabumi Anyawo. Thank you. I wish you more successes in life. Okay. The next person is Dr. Samson Olaniyi. Dr. Samson Olaniyi, can we have you, please? A round of applause for him.
Samson Olaniyi with PhD.
The profile of Dr. Samson Olaniyi. Studio, please.
With PhD in mathematics from the University of Ibadan, Nigeria. I am a faculty member of Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Ogbomosho, Nigeria. I carry out my research in applied mathematics with special interest in mathematical modeling, governed by differential equations. I have conducted extensive analysis using a variety of dynamical systems methodologies, of course, with a view to gaining insight into the population dynamics of these systems, such as ecological, epidemiological, and social processes. Basically, the purpose is to determine key threshold, what we call basic reproduction number, which measures potential spread of diseases in a population. The threshold can also give conditions for existence, coexistence, or extinction of organisms in an ecosystem. I have characterized qualitative dynamics of these models by establishing the existence of their solutions and carried out robust asymptotic stability of the solutions by constructing Lyapunov functionals. Of note, I have analyzed and still analyzing sensitivities to changes in model parameters. Of course, this will help in determining parameters that drive the spread of diseases or negative social influence on human interaction. I have conducted and still conducting parameter estimation through model fitting with raw data when available. I apply optimal control to assess the impact of intervention strategies on several dynamical systems. I'm also conducting efficiency and cost effectiveness analysis so as to determine the most efficient and cost effective intervention strategies needed to control systems. My research output have been published in collaboration with other researchers within and outside Nigeria. Of course, the output of my research will help in influencing the decision-making processes regarding intervention for preventing and controlling the systems. I have been privileged to serve as a reviewer to some esteemed journals for scientific publishers, and I am a husband, and by the grace of God, I am a father. Thank you very much.
Round of applause for Dr. Samson Olaniye. More successes in life, sir. The next person is Dr. Franklin Chimaobi Kenechukwu. Can we have you, please? Thank you. Please, if you are clapping, clap it dynamically. Dr. Franklin Chimaobi Kenechukwu, his profile, please.
My name is Dr. Franklin Chimaobi Kenechukwu, a senior lecturer in the Department of Pharmaceutics, University of Nigeria, Soka, as well as the coordinator of research grants through scholarship at the Faculty of Pharmaceutical Science, UNN. I'm also the managing editor of African Journal of Pharmaceutical Research and Development, the official publication of the Faculty of Pharmaceutical Science, UNN. While doing my PhD, which I concluded in 2017, I was opportune to obtain travel awards and grants from various bodies, including the Agnes Research Grant sponsored by the German government, the Cleland Fellowship from the Swiss government, as well as the Association of Commonwealth Universities travel grants from the UK government. Following my research excellence in my PhD, I was awarded 2 prizes from UNN, the faculty prize, as well as the overall Bell Graduate Students prize by the Vice Chancellor. After my PhD, I traveled to Brazil for a postdoc, same PQ twice, co-sponsored by the Brazilian government and the Italian government. While in Brazil, I was opportune to attend the Work Nano conference, as well as the summer school in Brazil at the University of São Paulo, sponsored by the Brazilian government. I also traveled to Berlin, Germany, for a conference on malaria sponsored by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. I also traveled to Australia under the sponsorship of the Molecular Approaches for Malaria Travel Grant. And finally, I also traveled to University of Dundee, Scotland, under the sponsorship of Wellcome Center for Anti-Effective Travel Grant. The research in my PhD are published in 5 different reputable journals. My current research is focused on malaria, and I obtained a grant from the Nigerian government, the Third Fund NRF grant, as well as the International Foundation for Science grant to develop novel transdermal delivery system for anti-malarials. Presently, I'm also looking at my future research to include development of alternative routes, the nasal routes and other routes, vaginal routes, to deliver drugs, especially those drugs that affect malaria. The aim of which is to make sure I contribute my quota through research in making sure that the Africans are developed. Thank you very much.
A round of applause for Dr. Kenechukwu. Thank you. Yeah, the attention of this person is needed. Dr. Ezekiel Kale, the attention is needed by the president immediately. Thank you. Next person is Dr. Kingsley Ukurebo. I hope I got that right. Dr. Kingsley Ukurebo. Can we have you, please? Did I pronounce your name well? Okay, thank you. I present to you Dr. Ukurebo. His profile, please.
Affiliated with the Edo State University, Uzare, Nigeria. I completed my BSc degree in Applied Physics and Geophysics from Ambusali University, Ekpoma, Nigeria. I did my master degree and my PhD in Physics Electronics from University of Benin, Benin City, Nigeria. With my quest for education, I also went further to do a postgraduate diploma in education from Usman Danfolo University, Sokoto, Nigeria. I am a research fellow of the West Africa Center for Climate Change and Adopted Land Use, Burkina Faso. I am also a prospective postdoc fellow of the World Academic of Science and Combatant University, Pakistan. During my PhD program, where I was supervised by Professor Eso Azi, I worked on the measurement and analysis of weather variable using a self-implemented monitoring system to model the effect of weather and other environmental issues. As an open-minded and committed scholar, during my PhD program, I was able to attract 2 foreign researchers to contribute to my work, Professor Augusto José Filho of the University of Sao Paulo in Brazil and Dr. Sheyi Salak of Huasca, Burkina Faso. Owing to the importance of my PhD research work, I was awarded a research fellowship scholarship at Huasca, Burkina Faso that was sponsored by the German Ministry of Education and Research with support from the management of Edo State University, Uzare, under the leadership of Engineer Professor E.O. Aloyo in 2018. I am a member of several learned academic organizations. My research interests are in applied physics, climate physics, environmental physics, telecommunication physics, and material science. I serve as editor and reviewer to several reputable journals and publishers. I have authored and co-authored several research publications with several renowned journals and publishers. My ongoing collaborative research program include the influence of petroleum resources and activity in the ecosystem, the influence on weather variable on radio wave, and the environment. I also presently work on the management and profiling of hazardous waste, and as well as the synthesis and application of nanomaterials and nanobiosensor vis-a-vis biosensor and nanobiosensor. My vision is to learn and share scientific ideas that will contribute significantly to knowledge that will accelerate Africa's transition, in particular to an innovative knowledge-based economy via scientific diplomacy and sustainable development goals.
A round of applause for Dr. Ukurebo for that brilliant success. Congratulations, and you're welcome to the academy. Now, the next person in our program is Dr. Anjori A. Abdulaziz. A round of applause, please. Dr. Anjori A. Abdulaziz present him to you. Studio, please, his profile.
I'm a senior lecturer. I'm currently the team lead of influenza and other respiratory tract viruses in the Department of Microbiology at the Lagos State University. My research interest is on influenza and other respiratory tract viruses. My PhD research was on seromolecular epidemiology of influenza virus at One Health, and interestingly, I was able to report for the first time in the country molecular detection of influenza virus of human origin in the animals. For the first time in the country, I also published influenza data in HIV positive individuals, children, and pregnant women, and that is readily available in the PubMed. Apart from that, I recently led a team of collaborators from Harvard University, from the United States Army, Al-Faisal University in Asia, and other collaborators from several African countries, where we reported SARS-CoV-2 in Africa with their comorbidities. Prior to my PhD in 2019, I was trained at the WHO Influenza Laboratory as a visiting scholar at the Luxembourg Institute of Health. I visited the University of Lorraine in France, the University of Trier in Germany. I was also trained on molecular phylogeny by Inkaba Biotechnology in collaboration with Noguchi Memorial Institute at the University of Ghana. I was certified in infectious disease surveillance by the International Society for Infectious Diseases. The PhD research work was sponsored by the Luxembourgish Ministry of External Affairs and Cooperation, the Federal Government of Nigeria TED Fund, and the PCR training by the World Bank STEP-B project. In 2018, I was invited to the World Influenza Conference in Beijing, while in 2017, I won the European Scientific Working Group on Influenza Virus, where I was featured in the Influenza Time. The PhD research work came up with 7 different publications. I'm now leading a team of researchers across Africa to report COVID-19 vaccination adverse effect on the continent. My future research is to keep reporting respiratory tract viruses in Africa with focus on Nigeria, including respiratory syncytial virus, parainfluenza, adenovirus, metapneumovirus, enterovirus, and several other respiratory tract viruses. Lastly, the impact of my research study is to keep active surveillance on Africans and Africa at stemming respiratory tract viruses incursion across the different parts of the continent. Thank you.
All right, a round of applause for Dr. Anjorin Abdulaziz. Congratulations. You are welcome to the Academy. Okay, the next person is Dr. Oluwakemi Rotimi. Dr. Oluwakemi Rotimi, can we have you, please? A round of applause for her. Please, if you are clapping, clap as, you know, the NYA members. Clap, clap, clap in an NYA style. Okay, Dr. Oluwakemi Rotimi, you are welcome. A profile, please, studio.
Good day. I'm Dr. Oluwakemi Rotimi. I'm a faculty member at Covenant University with over 7 years experience in teaching and research. I had my bachelor's, master's, and PhD degrees in biochemistry from Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta. My research interest is in the area of environmental toxicology and health. I'm interested in how contaminants and toxicants in our environment in this part of the world affect health and well-being. Over the years, my research has focused on aflatoxins. Aflatoxins are products of certain type of molds that contaminate our food in this part of the world, specifically grains and nuts. I have studied the genetic mechanisms underlying aflatoxin B1-induced hepatotoxicity. In 2018, I was selected as the University of Michigan African Presidential Scholar. As a part of this program, I spent 6 months at the University of Michigan, where I gained skills in epigenetics, specifically DNA methylation. At the end of this program, I was awarded a seed grant to study how in utero exposure to aflatoxin B1 affects methylation of tumor suppressor genes later in life. This is because aflatoxins have been found to be able to cross the placental barrier, and therefore it is necessary to understand what happens during pregnancy. As a result of the findings of this research, which was recently published, I'm interested in expanding my research program to study humans. I will be looking at biomonitoring of my aflatoxins and other mycotoxins in pregnant women, and also study how these affects tumor suppressor genes in the newborn. This is because these genes are the genes that are responsible for carcinogenesis. In our previous rat studies, we showed for the first time that in utero exposure to aflatoxin B1 differentially methylates tumor suppressor gene P53 in the offspring. Apart from this gene, the exposure also disrupted the hormone profiles of the rats at age 3 months. We looked at hormones such as testosterone and progesterone. It is my hope that the results of my research will help in policy making and also creating awareness among pregnant women on the importance of food safety and ensuring that our foods are free of mycotoxins. Thank you.
A round of applause for Dr. Oluwakemi Rotimi. Congratulations. You are welcome to the Academy. Women and Women Matters and Children Matters. Okay, next is Dr. Isa Yakub Mohammed. I hope I called that name properly. All right, thank you, Dr. Mohammed. Can you step to the front? Thank you, thank you. Please clap. If you are clapping, clap very well. Dr. Yakub Mohammed. His profile, please.
Hello, everyone. I'm Isa Yakub Mohammed, an academic staff at Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, Bauchi, Nigeria, chemical engineering to be precise. My research interface disciplines materials, energy, and environmental engineering. My greatest strength is in sustainable system for green fuel and biochemicals and techno-economics of novel energy processes. I had my PhD from the University of Nottingham. The program was sponsored by the university in collaboration with Cross for the Future, an international organization dedicated for development, utilization of underutilized crops. During this PhD study, the focus was on valorization strategy of underutilized energy crop napier grass. We were able to develop combustion pathways of this material into energy multipliers, the gaseous product, the liquid product, and the solid products for various applications. We went further to upgrade the liquid product from pyrolysis system into high-grade biofuel precursor, which fit into infrastructure we have at the moment in our refineries. In 2018, I completed a postdoctoral appointment at the same University of Nottingham. The program was sponsored by the Engineering and Physical Science Research Council. In this program, I led the research on techno-economic analysis of biofuel production from agro-lignin synthetic materials. During this study, we were able to develop the combustion pathways and upgrading strategy into catalytic conversion of bio-oil into high-grade biofuels. In addition to that, we also developed comprehensive thermochemical conversion with integrated system in which in-situ application of hydrogen generation were also accomplished. In addition to that, biomass pre-processing and product recovery were also looked into, and a comprehensive system was developed for sustainable development. Furthermore, in 2018, November to be precise, we organized a workshop on waste to energy towards implementation of techno-economics in Africa, with participants drawn from different parts of the world, the UK, Malaysia, Ghana, and other neighboring universities within the Bauchi, Nigeria. The successes of this workshop has led to an award of National Research Grant, NRF, by TED Fund in